Ethan, do you realize we are recording this podcast on the most important day of the year?
Which is?
The day after trade deadline.
Got you. Okay. That's what.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. No, I just thought it was a different day where more decisions were made. No, it's cool. Yeah, you're right. Trade deadline.
No, it's the NFL trade deadline, and that means, Ethan, it is week 10. It's the AWR Recording Podcast, and we're back to give you our picks for this week and recap this last NFL week. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button before we move any further. Real quick introduction. If you haven't been tuning in, this is the young Rottweiler, Ethan Hamilton.
Ha!
That's a good bark.
I feel like I'm 007. Was that loud?
No, I felt it with power. Like, I think that was a good one. Yeah, it was a good one. And I'm 007, Gage Sutton. So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Again, if you like this type of stuff, make sure you guys comment. Make sure you share with another friend who are in the NFL streaming or NFL landscape. And this video will get out into their feeds and will help our numbers. So thank you very much. But Ethan, anything you want to say before we get right into our Week 9 NFL overreaction?
Man, I'm just excited to hear what my record was from last week because you were gaining some ground on me. I didn't like that. Like, we're kind of entering the same numbers, and I feel like I did way better this week. Unless I mean, we're about to see when we get to our NFL picks, but I feel like we should first start with some of our overreactions from this past week. So let's get into it. You want me to go first? Or you want me to go first? Because I feel like we got to switch it up with some new teams this week, right?
Yeah.
Last week we talked about the Dolphins. We talked about the Ravens before. I feel like it's time to show some love to the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions, they started the season a little shaky, in my estimation, but they handled business against your Packers this week pretty handily, like belt to ass in Lambeau. And I'm pretty confident to say halfway through the season, as we start getting figured out who's contenders and who's pretenders, the Lions are the favorite out the NFC by far. With the Niners being hurt, they might be getting McCaffrey back within the next 2 weeks. Philly being I would say Philly's probably right underneath them. Philly, Washington, Tampa Bay, those three teams, but I think the Lions are by far and away, especially the Cowboys fell off a cliff this year with Dak being on IR, and all the injuries they've had. I think it's pretty confident to say the Lions are the favorite to come out of the NFC halfway through the year.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that, man, because, as a Packers fan, watching that game was rough, I got to say. I knew the Lions were a very good team, but like you said, they didn't even have to do much offensively. I think we had more passing yards, more rushing yards, and it didn't matter. They still defeated us. And, there's some things that as a Packers fan, we could talk about later. But for me, the Lions, man, are just so impressive in all three phases. I love that Dan Campbell has not changed his approach. He got criticized for it last year for going for it on fourth down in the NFC Championship game. And that could have easily derailed him and changed the way he coached, but it's clear it hasn't. He is still very smart, very calculated with his decision makings, and just the balls on this man to go for some of these fourth downs is crazy. But shout out to the Lions, man. They're just playing really, really good complementary football, and I agree with you. I think as of right now, they are the favorite to come out of the NFC. And I will say they're the favorite to win the NFC North too, if that wasn't a given.
Yeah, I know. I just think the NFC is incredibly weak this year. Like, I know I tell shit a lot about the Eagles, but I don't think the Eagles have really been tested like that. Again, it'll probably be them versus the Lions in the NFC Championship game. Washington's still Washington. Until I see Washington do something, I'm not. I was
going to say, don't sleep on the Commanders.
They're winning the NFC
on the Commanders.
East, and I still don't think they're the best team in it, but I think they've been performing the best. I mean, the Marshawn Lattimore pickup was really big for them.
Yep.
I hate because their biggest weakness is their defense, especially their DBs, and they got a solid number one corner. He's not what he once was, but I think Marshawn Lattimore can get a job done.
Yeah, I think they've been playing better on defense. Like, they definitely started the season rough, and they're still not a great unit or an elite unit, but they've been playing better the last couple of weeks. Again, against weaker teams, but maybe they can really get something going with this Marshawn Lattimore thing. I don't know, dude. I really like Washington. I think they're going to make some noise.
Yeah, no. I think they can do something. I think them and Philly are what it looks like they're going to be battling out for the NFC East title. And as a former Cowboys fan, I'm excited because next year when we get Travis Hunter, I'll be right back on the van. Travis Hunter, Ashton Gentry on the Cowboys, I will be there. So we ain't got to worry about that. But
former Cowboys fan, actually, Ethan. I was gonna say, I think that's a perfect segue to my overreaction for Week 9 because it's about your current favorite team, and it's the Kansas City Chiefs, man. And my overreaction is, you said yours is the Detroit Lions in the NFC. I'm still looking at the AFC and saying, I don't know if anyone's going to get past the Chiefs again. Just the way that they've maneuvered through this trade deadline and the way that they're undefeated through
like
10
especially
weeks.
Bro, like Tampa in that Tampa game, bro, Baker couldn't have played better. He did that without Mike Evans, without Chris Godwin, and he probably should have won that game. And still the Chiefs are undefeated. They're on a 7-game win streak.
That coin toss, you could tell when the coin toss went Kansas City's way going into overtime. You saw Baker's face. He knew it was over, man. Mahomes was going to get the ball, and that's all she wrote. That's how it always works with the Chiefs.
Yeah. No, they're moving something crazy right now. They're on an 8-game. What is it? I think it's an 8-game win streak, or not an 8-game. Pardon me. They're on a 14-game win streak between the end of their last. They're on a 17. Pardon me. Let me start over. They're on a 14-game win streak from the end of last season when they lost to the Bengals to now, and they still haven't lost. And the NFL record is the New England Patriots in 03 with 21 wins. They might get to. I'm looking at their schedule for the rest. They'd have to win out the rest of the year, right? They'd have to basically go 16, 17-0 for them to tie the record and then win a game in the playoffs. I could see them doing it, bro. That the Chiefs record is not that, or this Chiefs schedule is not that hard the rest of the year. This week they play the Broncos, right? They at home, that's probably gonna be a dub. They play the Chiefs away from home. That'll probably be the hardest game left in the year.
Oh, you mean the Bills?
They play the Bills, pardon me. The Chiefs play the Bills away from home. That's their hardest game left in the year. And they play the Panthers away, dub. Raiders at home, dub. Chargers at home, dub. Browns away, probably a dub. Texans at home, dub. Steelers in Pittsburgh and Broncos in Denver. Those are the, besides that Bills game, if they can get past the Bills game next weekend, not this week, but next weekend, brother, they're running the table to maybe the Steelers, and that's on Christmas Day, and that's if they decide to bench people and all that kind of stuff. I can see them breaking that win streak record. I really think they can.
Yeah, and I want to ask, how do you think fans of this division, the AFC West, are feeling towards the New England Patriots and I'm sorry, who had DeAndre Hopkins before this?
Titans.
Who traded him? The Titans. Yeah. So the Titans and the Patriots
only give up a fifth, by the way. Only give up a fifth.
What?
And especially at the end of the year too, they might be getting back Rasheed Wright. They're not getting Hollywood back, but even next year, think about it. You'll get like an older D-Hop.
They're still got to get Pacheco back too, man.
They're gonna get Pacheco back. Like, brother, this team is still loading up. Like, I know they had a scare with Mahomes this week, and they're probably gonna take it easy with him because they got the AFC diced up already, man. The only team they probably got to worry about is really the Bills. Are still it's really the Ravens, right? The Bills, they're not as good as they've been all right this year. They've been solid this year, probably the third or fourth best team. You ain't got to worry about the Chargers. You don't got to worry about the Jets. You don't have to worry about the Dolphins. It's just the Ravens, bro.
Yeah, I agree. But real quick before we go into that, any other NFL trade deadline storylines that you want to touch on? Because there was one I wanted to touch on.
I'll let you touch on because I'm gonna rant a little bit, like how bad, how awful this was a trade. Because the karma's a funny thing.
I have a feeling that we're probably going to talk about the same one because I'm thinking of the Cowboys trading for Jonathan Mingo, man.
Easily the worst trade I might have seen in my lifetime. And Dallas gave up Amari Cooper for a 5th-round pick. But this might top it. Brother, Mingo for the Panthers, he's only caught 12 balls since coming into the league. Pause. Never touched the end zone. And I gave a lot of shit to Eagles fans about trading for Jahan Dotson, which in hindsight, I was 100% right. I was 1,000% right about Jahan Dotson. A team in the Washington Commanders who don't have the greatest wide receiving corps, probably the bottom end. They said, yeah, our fourth best guy is not even good enough for our team. We'll give him to y'all. And the Eagles said, we'll give you a third. That was a no-brainer fleece. The Cowboys said, you know what? We can top that. Let's go to the team with the worst wide receiving corps in the league. Pick probably their second or worse wide receiver. We'll give you a fourth. You know how fucking stupid that was?
I'm so glad that you agree.
DeAndre Hopkins went for a fifth. Didn't what's his name? Devontae Adams go for a third and a fifth?
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson went for a fourth, a proven 1,000-yard receiver. And the thing that's mind-blowing, you wait till after Dak gets hurt to get him a guy that, like, I think the Cowboys wide receiving core is ass. Mingo's probably not better than Jalen Tolbert. He's probably not better than Brandon Cooks. He's probably not better than Jalen Burks or Flourney. So why did we waste a fourth-round pick? Like, oh my, it was such an awful trade. Such an awful trade.
I couldn't have put it any better. That is literally how I feel from watching the Cowboys self-destruct. It's hilarious, but also a little depressing just to see all of my friends with such sadness, you know?
Yeah, it didn't happen later in the year like how much you love. I know last year was really euphoric for a year. But I'm cool with it because next year when I come back, hopefully the Cowboys are under 5 wins. And they can get, like I said, give me Ashton Gentry, give me T-Mac from Arizona. Hell, if God shines his light on us, get us Travis Hunter. I'm not going to complain out of any of those 3. But something needs to be done.
God would have to shine his light on Dallas.
It'd be
Travis Hunter.
As far as I'm concerned, Dak shouldn't play the rest of the year. What? They're 3-6. They're not winning the division no more.
Keep them on IR. There's no reason.
Keep them on IR. Honestly, let Micah come back and play a couple games because he ain't really play it the last like 4 or 5 weeks. DeMarcus Lawrence should probably sit out the rest of the year. Brother, Tank can get the best pick, and then because Mike McCarthy is going to get fired. That's a one misnomer I think a lot of people don't understand. Jerry Jones is never going to fire a coach midseason, and honestly, I'm not mad about it because who are we going to hire midseason that's going to fix this? Nothing. And it gives these players a pass because I don't want them to go on no fugazi run where they win like 7 straight or some bullshit like that with a new coach, with an interim coach, like how the Raiders did it, and then they get an interim coach. Nah. I want us to fail and get a good draft pick. Let Mike McCarthy ride the ship out. I don't care. I promise you, I don't care if the Cowboys don't win another game the rest of the year for next year. It does not matter for them. They need a rebuild a little bit. They have too many holes, man. They're nowhere near contending. Just let it go.
Yep. I agree, man. Just it's sad to see the regression of some of these players too. I think Trayvon Diggs has been one of those examples of just he's had a rough season. But I think like you said, just regroup and try to go back for it next year. But real quick before we move on, last thing I want to talk about, or just quickly touch on it, is a shout out to the Lions. We talked about them earlier in the show. They picked up Zadarius Smith during the trade deadline, which I think is a huge help for them after Aiden Hutchinson goes down. And we've seen him terrorize for the Packers. Hopefully he doesn't terrorize the Packers as a Lion. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, no, I'm right there fucking with you. I mean, I think it's a good pickup. They needed it. I thought they would have went more splash, maybe a Max Crosby, but even when Aiden comes back next year, hopefully he's somewhat the same because it's a bad injury, the broken tibia. I do like the move for them. They're rocking and rolling. Just how good that Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery tandem. It took slow a little bit to start the year. I feel like they fell out of love with that. But damn, that tandem. Jared Goff got the easiest job in the world, brother.
You feel good about the nickname Sonic and Knuckles? Because I love it personally.
I think it's a great name. I think it's a great name for that tandem. They're good. I didn't think they'd be able to run it back, especially like their historic ass collapse against San Fran, which they should have been playing in the Super Bowl. Like that's one of the worst choke jobs. I think everyone focused on Dallas's choke job because they had so much high hopes for Dallas going into the playoffs. But objectively speaking, I feel like the Lions is worse. They was up, 21 at halftime?
Yeah.
that was objectively worse. Like, I think the Cowboys are ass, right? If we was up 21 against y'all, I don't think at halftime against y'all at Jerry, I don't think you think y'all win that game. Cowboys being front runners the way the Cowboys are, they're not losing that game. The lights got too bright for the Lions, and the Lions are showing they're ready to run it back.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see who can stop them in the NFC. But
why do you say that like you're like an ESPN announcer? Who can stop them?
Who can stop them?
You sound like a Madden announcer.
I like it, actually. I've always wanted to do some voiceover work in Madden. That'd be cool.
I can see it.
Yeah?
I can be gassing you before I tear you down.
Hey, all right, yeah, because you did beat me this week in picks. I have to admit, it was pretty close. I went 10-5. You went 12-3 in week 9. So a dub for Ethan with 2 wins over me. The games that you had correct over me, we both picked Houston over New York, which ended up not working out for us because, Thursday Night Football. I picked the Saints over the Panthers, which I look back at it in hindsight, and I'm like, why did I do that? Because Saints
Dennis Allen was one way out the fucking door.
Yeah, he really was, and I mean, the Saints just blew it up since then. So,
bro, think about it. They won the Super Bowl against Dallas, and literally lost the rest of the season.
Yeah. He started. I think I saw a meme that was like telling my son about the 2-0 Saints. But obviously, I got the Green Bay and Dallas games wrong. I think those are. We both picked Dallas to win, so that was one of the losses we had. You picked New England over Tennessee. That game went to the wire. Can we talk about Drake May for a second? Because that miraculous play he had at the end of the game to send the game to overtime. I don't want to say the guy has it off of just that, but
I've seen flashes of Drake May. Like I said, this Patriots team, I don't expect them to do nothing like
at all.
They're not a very good football team.
But
they're 2-7. They're probably not going to win more. No. Yeah, for sure. They're 2-7. They're probably not going to win more than 4 games in a year, and that's okay for them. Tank, and maybe they're definitely in the Travis Hunter sweepstakes. Getting a guy like T-Mac or Emeka Egbuka or Luther Burden, like getting more weapons for a guy like Drake May. That he's flashed for sure.
Yeah, I really like what I've seen from him so far. And then lastly, the game I also got wrong was the Colts, picking them over the Vikings. I thought Joe Flacco was going to energize that team a little bit. That was not the case.
That team fucking stinks. And the thing is, this is the perfect game to play Anthony Richardson just to get more reps. But I feel like he's kind of definitely lost the respect of the locker room a little bit. In a similar situation, I want to say similar than Bryce. I don't think Bryce more so like he did anything specific. It was more so the coaches had to make a change or wanted to make a change. I think, I do think we see Anthony Richardson later in the season. I just think he's going to take like a 2 or 3 week little powwow on a bench.
Yeah, I just think it's funny. They were like, oh, yeah, let's put Joe Flacco in so he could see what it means to play like a real good quarterback. And Joe Flacco shit the bed.
He's like 90, bro. He's like 90.
Yeah, I get it. But anyway, we can move on. Before we move on, we are going to show our records through week 9 on the screen now. All right, check it out. Now that you've seen it,
make sure to follow. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, because we do post our records every single week on there, as well as upload reels about the season and about other stuff like music. So make sure to check it out as well. Subscribe and follow to the channel. But Gage, tell a friend, tell a lover, to your lover's friend. Yeah, pass it on, man. We passing a lot more than STDs on this channel. So
okay, all right. Ethan does not speak for all of our recording and he's sudden. But hey, Ethan, without further ado, man, it's time to get into our Week 10 NFL predictions. I'll kick it off with our Thursday night football game, as we always do. And we've got a good one this week, I think. It's the Cincinnati Bengals visiting the Baltimore Ravens at 7:15 in Baltimore. So, Ethan, I'm gonna say pick carefully from the jump here because it's Thursday night football, and I feel like these
Thursday,
games
bro.
are
We
always a
gotta figure out our
toss-up, man.
Thursday night football record because it might be horrendous. Like I don't know if we've gotten a single Thursday night football game, like maybe one Thursday night football game right this year. At least me, I picked this is an automatic give me to you because I've stunk it up. But I'm gonna stick with my logic. Joe Burrow has yet to beat Lamar Jackson, and it's not fucking stopping this week. Give me the fucking Ravens at home. You know Joe Burrow been hooping.
He has been, man, and I have a feeling like I'm in the same boat as you. The Ravens are the better team. Their offense is rolling. The defense looked better. There's no logic that's telling me I should pick against the Ravens. But it's Thursday night football. And I feel like there's always some crazy shit that happens, just some wackiness in the game that's going to cause this to be just
a lot more
insane.
than what it needs to be. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to take a shot in the dark here, and I'm going to take the Bengals. This is definitely going to come back to bite me in the ass when the Ravens beat the shit out of the Bengals. But if the Bengals win, I'm going to look like a smart, very, very smart person. So I'll take the Bengals.
You say the Bengals?
Yeah, I'll take the Bengals.
All right, then we're going to go to our – you start off – hit us with our 12 o'clock games.
Oh,
we got an 8:30 game. Hold up.
Oh, that's right. It is in Germany. All right. Oh, I just saw the line. Right? Yeah. What did we say when the London games? We don't think we're going to be waking up for this one.
I'm not waking up at 8:30 to watch the Giants and the Panthers. I will not be doing that. But we can still give y'all our picks. And this week, honestly, I like the story of Bryce Young. Probably because I don't want to admit that I was wrong about Bryce Young. But I'm going to go with the Panthers. I thought it was really dope to see him get a win last week. I want to see him build on that. And the Giants stink. But so do the Panthers. The Panthers are definitely worse than the Giants. And this is definitely going to bite me in the ass. But I'm going to go with love here. I'm going to lead with love instead of hate this week. I'm going to go to Panthers.
All right. Yeah, see, I mean, the international games are always kind of wonky too, so I'm not mad at you picking the Panthers, especially off
really
of that.
This is a free gimme to you. I know the Giants are going to win.
I'm going to take the Giants. And as much as people are going to shit on Daniel Jones, he has had some redeemable qualities. I mean,
I can't name them. Like we can't name them off the top of our head right now.
Yeah, I'm having some trouble really articulating what they are, but he's better than what the Panthers are putting out on the field, at least for the aggregate of the season. So I'm going to take the Giants on Sunday morning football in Germany that we will be snoozing through. But all right, well, it's time to get into our 12 o'clock window. These are the games we'll actually be watching. We've got a good one here, I think. The Steelers visiting the Washington Commanders. Where are we going with this one, man?
Steelers visiting the Commanders. Both teams have been playing solid recently, especially the Commanders. I'm going to go with the Commanders at home. The Steelers is a good game on their schedule to have because playing in Pittsburgh is hell. I'm going to go to Commanders.
Yeah, this is a good one to have at home, like you said. I like the way the Steelers are playing right now. And adding Mike Williams from the Chargers gives Russell Wilson another option in the receiving core. I think I'm going to take the Steelers this week. I was just talking about how much I like the Commanders, but the Steelers are just proven winners. You got Mike Tomlin at the helm, and Russell Wilson's been playing some good ball. So I'll take the Steelers here. But we'll move on to our next one. We've got the Minnesota Vikings visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ethan, I think we both know where we're going with this one, but unless you want to shock me here and pick Doug Peterson's corpse of a team.
Nah, I'm not going to. Give me the Vikings. I'm not going to do that. The Jags kind of made a game of it with the Eagles of late, but I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Yep, I'm in the same boat. I'm going to take the Vikings here. Not too much to think about. All right. We got another one here where I think we'll be on the same page. We got the Buffalo Bills visiting the Indianapolis Colts. They are playing in the Loud House.
We're on the same page. Colts defense has been solid in bright spots, but the Bills are just better than them. They don't unless Joe Flacco turns into 09 Joe Flacco. It's not gonna happen. He played bad last week, like we said earlier. I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Yep, I like the Bills too. Josh Allen is hooping. Khalil Shakir. They should have Amari Cooper back this week, but we'll see. Moving on, this one should be interesting. Got the New England Patriots visiting the Chicago Bears. Drake May versus Caleb Williams in Chicago. How are you feeling about this one?
Not Drake May. Caleb Williams hasn't played well the last couple of weeks. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. He didn't play that great against the Commanders, and he didn't play that great against the Cardinals. I mean, he had 217, 50% completion, and no tubs. He hasn't had touchdowns since the Jacksonville game. He needs this win. He needs to win for the Bears to be in a playoff hunt still. Against a bad New England team. I'm going to go with the Bears at home. They're going to get the dub.
See, the hater in me wants to pick against the Bears in division rival. But I think I'm going to take the Bears too. I think the Patriots see the bigger mission here. And it's tank so that you have a chance at Travis Hunter. I think
that's pretty much
they're fairly in the conversation right now, and I would say just for them is just to be competitive. Let's see some good things from Drake May, but ultimately, hey, let's come out of here with another L, just so we can further the plot. But I don't know, Patriots fans, are you mad at that? Let us know in the comments. But we can move on to our next 12 o'clock game. We have got the Denver Broncos visiting the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs, but I could definitely see the Broncos getting a win here just because it's a division matchup. The Broncos haven't been playing bad. They just got stomped out by a very good Ravens team. But besides that, they've held up pretty well defensively, and Bo Nix has gotten better and better every week. So I could definitely see this as a game Denver wins.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not a bad take. Bo Nix has been playing better, but they're playing in Kansas City. That's money for KC, especially Pat Mahomes going to be losing in that division at home.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and that's why I'm taking the Chiefs too. But I definitely could see the Broncos making some noise.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs.
All right, we're on the same page there. I think we had the first couple different ones, but
yeah, some of these are layups though.
Yeah, this one's going to be another layup, I think. It's the Atlanta Falcons visiting the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, yeah, give me the Falcons. Saints, Dennis Allen is gone. That team stinks. That team stinks. I don't know. It's just it's give and a take. I'm going to go with the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm taking the Falcons. I'm taking the Falcons too. I'm not going to think about it too much. The only thing about the Saints, I would say, is we go back to this in the show a lot. What's the record of when coaches change? Like, how many? What's the team's record right after coaches change?
We need to figure that out.
We do. We really do. Cox sources. But all right, we'll move on to our last game of the 12 o'clock window. We've got the San Francisco 49ers, I believe, with Christian McCaffrey. Then they're playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this week. How are we going?
It's going to be a tough game to call. It's going to be a really tough game to call. Niners might be getting people back from injury. The Bucs played really well last week. They played good at home. Give me the Bucs.
Whew, okay, I'm going to take the 49ers here. I think they're going to have some juice after the bye. But let's go to our 3 o'clock window. What you got lined up for us?
3 o'clock window. First game up. We got the Titans at Chargers. Who you got?
I'm going to take the Chargers here. They're playing really good, and I think the Titans winning over the Patriots is just two bad teams playing each other.
Yeah, I'm gonna double it down with you. I'll give you the Chargers. Titans really don't have any weapons on offense.
Yeah.
Next up, Next up, we got Jets at Cardinals. I think it's gonna be an exciting game. Jets played really, really well last week. Cardinals played well too, but it's more of hit or miss with the Cardinals. You don't know what team you're getting per week. I'm gonna go with the Jets away from home. I think they're gonna get a dub.
It's bitten me in the ass so many times to pick the Jets, and I really like the way the Cardinals are playing. I'm gonna take the Cardinals and Kyler Murray.
Bet that. Next up, Eagles against the Cowboys. I think both of us are going to call it the same one on this one. Cowboys extremely hurt. Dak not playing. It pains me to say this. I feel like going to win this too. I'm right there with you.
No, it doesn't. They're not your favorite team, but it's okay.
They're former. I hate fucking Philly. That don't change for the Cowboys. Not be my team.
I'm still the Jalen Hurts supporter on this channel, and he's been playing a lot better. So go fly, Eagles, fly. I'm taking.
Yeah, oh brother. Then we got Sunday Night Football. Lions at Texans. That Texans offensive line is very chopped and screwed.
Yeah,
but I'm excited to see what the fuck they got cooking up. It's tough to say. They're at home. They can use that momentum. I just don't see that team with that offensive line. I'm excited to see Zadarius Smith on that D line though, because the Texans' O-line is bad. Give me the Lions away from home.
Yeah, I like the Lions here too, unfortunately. You know what? I think I'm going to change it up just so we have a little bit of competitiveness going on in these picks. I'll take the Texans because I do like them. I like CJ Stroud. They are playing at home, and I need the Lions to lose a game. It just as a hater. So this is my hater pick of the week. I'm taking the Texans over the Lions.
Bet that. Monday Night Football, our final game of the week. We got the Dolphins at the Rams. Rams are kind of getting everybody back from the injury. The Dolphins ain't really make shit click, even with Tua back. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, when Puka Nacua is not punching people in the face, I think he's a pretty good receiver.
I never understand punching people with helmets on. I never understand it to this day.
So dumb. You didn't even really connect.
Like, if anything, you got to yank it. You got to yank. I'm always of the mindset, not punch a helmet. You got to yank the face mask. If that's what type of time you're in, because you're going to get ejected from the game. Yank the face mask. Say fuck it. That's
make it worth it.
Yeah.
Make it worth it.
But that's going to be our NFL picks for the week. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. You already know who it is. 007 Gage Sutton, the young Rottweiler Ethan Hamilton. We're going to have our picks again on the screen. Now, that way you guys know what we did before. And hopefully I continue to have a leg up on Gage and finish the season out strong. We're at the halfway mark, even though we didn't do week 1. But appreciate you guys for watching. Gage, any final words?
No, just enjoy this week of NFL action, and we will see y'all for week 11.
Peace.
Peace.